Yo, what is up guys, my name is Emerald, and as you guys know, the Call of Duty World War II beta has launched. This is week 2, and we're halfway through week 2, and I gotta say, I love this game. It feels good, and I've been wanting a boots on the ground Call of Duty for a while now, and I'm really liking this one. So basically, this Call of Duty has brought in a new game mode, and this game mode is called War, and basically it's a new innovative and new idea in Call of Duty that we haven't really seen before, and there's a bit of touchy feelings on this game mode. Me personally, I love the game mode. I love War, and I just wanted to bring a video talking about the best strategies for War and how to confidently win a War game almost every single time. So basically, I'm just going to give you tips, tricks, the classes to use, and pretty much everything about War that you need to know. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to be starting off with the first offensive round in the War game mode. Now you can use any gun you want, it really doesn't matter. The only thing I recommend is using a frag grenade and to use the hustle perk. As you can see, the hustle perk allows you to reload faster and reload while sprinting, and I am using the airborne division just so I can move faster, but this class is just for the first part of the offensive gameplay. So as you can see, there is an opening cutscene, and once you get off the vehicle that's dropping you to your destination, you will see that you actually have to capture the command post, and it's basically just like hardpoint. So there are 2 spots that you can plant C4 to get into the house. The first spot is on the right side of the house, and the next spot is on the left side of the house. Now this one is a bit more guarded. Enemies can see you very easily and kill you very easily, so make sure you're stealthy when you're planning this, and you don't always have to plan it, but it's just in case you want that extra bit of reinforcement. Now my tips on playing the hardpoint phase in this gameplay is you want to be very stealthy. You don't want to rush into the enemies because they're going to be expecting you, they're going to gun you down. So you just want to sit somewhere in this side of the house. This is the right side of the house, by the way, where we first planted our C4, and you pretty much just want to sit here. I'm not saying to camp, but you don't have to move in like this, like I just did in that gameplay. You can just sit here and defend where you are, and it's a good strategy to take the hard point. So after you've captured a command post, you're going to move on to the next phase of the offensive plan, and this next phase is building the bridge. So basically, for this part of the War game mode, I really heavily recommend using a sniper. You don't have to use a sniper, but as I said, I really recommend it because there are going to be a lot of people on the enemy team who are going to be camping with turrets. You're going to be at the windows, and it's really easy to pick them off of a sniper and build the bridge. So basically, you just want a smoke grenade because it also helps in building the bridge, so the smoke covers you and they won't be able to see you. And if you're not a fan of using a sniper and you just want to have it on, you can always equip the rifleman perk, and then that will allow you to have an M1 as your secondary. Again, you can choose any gun, but I just like to have an M1 because again, they're at long range and it's very helpful. So if you enter the barnyard in the offensive game mode, you'll notice to your left that there is a gun turn, and you can choose to build this gun turn, and it's really helpful to build. You can pick off a lot of kills, and you don't necessarily have to use your sniper, so like I said, it's really easy. Now, the reason why I say using a sniper is very helpful is, as you see, there are lots of people that are camping beside cars and windows, and it's just really easy to pick them off with a sniper. As you can see, I'm just pretty much destroying them with the sniper, and it's so easy. And I really recommend playing 6-mans in War, but again, if you don't have a 6-man, that's perfectly fine. But I like having 6-mans in the bridge because you can have 3 members on your team focusing on sniping, taking the enemies out, and then 3 members on your team trying to build the bridge with the smoke grenades, and I will get into that in just a minute. Now, there is a big mistake that I see when people are trying to build the bridge with the smoke tactic. People are throwing the smoke behind the bridge and not in front of themselves. You are not helping anybody by doing this. The enemies can still see you clear as day, and you're hurting your teammates. The snipers that are trying to cover you can't see if you throw the smoke behind you. And again, the enemies can see you clear as day if you just throw the smoke behind you. So please throw the smoke in front of the bridge and not behind you. That's got to be the dumbest thing I have seen from anybody. Just throw the smoke in front so you have a cover instead of throwing it behind you that's hurting your team. Okay, once you've successfully built the bridge, it's time to move on to phase 3 of our offensive plan, and that is planting the bomb. So basically, this is the same class as phase 1 in the beginning. The only difference is that we have swapped out the grenade for the smoke grenade, and this smoke grenade does come in handy because it is very easy to plant the bomb under the cover of the smoke. Okay, so before I talk about planting the bomb, this is an important tip. Right after you successfully build the bridge, a tank is going to come in through the bridge, and you have the option of getting into this tank, getting into the tank gunner, and if the enemies have not built up their walls, you can easily pick them off and get a few kills. And if they're trying to prevent you from planting, you can always hop into the tank and kill them there. It's very easy to kill them in the gun turn of the tank. Okay, so once you have destroyed the walls, it's very easy to plant the bomb with the smoke. All you have to do is throw the smoke grenade down near the bomb and then plant it under the cover of the smoke. It's very hard for the enemy team to see you, and they typically don't know what's going on. So once you have planted the bomb, make sure you build up the walls. I cannot believe how many people destroy the walls when you have planted the bomb. You want to keep the enemy team out so they don't defuse the bomb, so why would you destroy the walls? You want to make it as long as possible for them to get in. If they end up destroying the walls, you can kill them and rebuild the walls. Simple as that. Alright guys, now it's time to move on to the final phase of war, and this phase is rallying the tank. So basically, this class right here is the exact same class from the first round of war where we were capturing the hardpoint. There's no difference, it's the same exact class. If you want, you could use a smoke, and I'll say how that comes in handy in a minute, but I recommend just carrying in a frag grenade because I feel like it's much more useful than the smoke. Okay, so right after you have successfully planted the bomb and it explodes, you are going to rally the tank. So you have the option of hopping into the tank gunner again while going in to rally the tank. So you don't have to hop into the tank gunner, but it's very easy to pick enemies off who are trying to stop you. And if there is somebody under you that's stopping the tank, then you could easily kill them. So basically, to move the tank, you have to be standing right next to it. And it's very easy to pick them off, and if you want, you can just stay in there the whole game if you're skilled enough with the turret and just pick off people with easy kills. Alright, so if you manage to escort the tank this far into the enemy territory and you're stuck since it's in their spawn, an easy nade spot is over the wall. It's very easy to get double and triple kills, and it's just really easy to kill them. So another tactic that I like to do when escorting the tank in enemy territory is proning. If you prone under the tank, it can move you into this little glitch where the tank pretty much just carries you, and I find it pretty hilarious how the enemies don't know where you are. So let's say the tank is stuck because both of you are escorting it at the same time. They won't know where you are, and it gives your teammates the opportunity to kill them so you can continue escorting them. It's really easy to move the tank once you're proning under it. So another good spot in this saga of the tank is this head glitch right here. It's really easy to pick people off in that turn area right there, and it's just easy to get kills overall. If your efforts pay off, then you should be able to complete this easy peasy. If you follow all my tips on the offensive gameplay, then it should be very easy to complete it. So I just want to mention that we're going to be using the exact same classes in the offensive gameplay in the exact same order. Okay, so once you spawn in from that opening cutscene, there are 3 builds that you need to get to quickly. So the first is to the right of the window that you jump in, and if you this wall build is really important. So your enemies cannot flank you, and they can only come through that left build, as most people don't even go there. So this next build, as you can see right here, is the most popular. Make sure to constantly keep on rebuilding it. If the enemies just keep on destroying it, just keep on trying to rebuild it. It's really important. And now the final build that you need is the turret. The turret isn't as important, but if there's people camping near the windows, it's pretty good to pick them off with the turret. Also, if they happen to drive you back and they are in that left corner of the room, it's really easy to chuck a grenade in that spot that I just showed you right there. It's easy double kills all day, and if your efforts pay off, then you should be able to hold down the fort. But let's say that they did drive you back. Let's say that your forces weren't enough. The first thing you want to do is capture the flamethrower. The flamethrower is going to be in the sky, and it's going to drop just like a care package would. The flamethrower is really important to the fact of stopping them from building the bridge. Now, there is a turn spot in this window right here, and you can build that. That is the first build, and this window is also pretty good for picking people off. It's really easy, and one of my most favorite windows to camp in, as bad as that sounds. So the next turn spot is in the left side of the map, you can build up the turret right here, and this one is a better turret than the one in the right window, I think, personally, in my opinion. Now, if they happen to use the smoke tactic on you, it's really good to cook a grenade, then throw it at the bridge. You can at least catch one of them off guard, and that turn is also a really good spot. But the best way to counter everything that they're doing is by sniping. Sniping is pretty much the most valuable thing in this saga of the war. But now we're going to move on to my favorite part of the war game mode by far, is the part if they build the bridge to 50%, you can actually walk on the bridge, and you can use the flamethrower that you just got to stop them. It's really effective and it's so good. I think I got a quad feed in this clip that I'm showing you right here, but it's really good to stopping them from building the bridge, and it works. Now, before I move on, I just want to add that the flamethrowers do stack up. So let's just say you get another flamethrower without finishing the first flamethrower. So as you can see, I take out the flamethrower and I use the rest of it on my teammate, and then I still have the option to choose one. And that was from the care package that I got. So now let's move on to the next step. So let's say they successfully built the bridge. You just want to build up the walls as quickly as possible and make sure that they cannot get in. Just build up as much walls as you can. And the wall that I'm about to build right here, this one, is pretty much the most important one, so the tank cannot kill you while you're in here defending the bomb. So just make sure you build up those walls. If they end up planning and they lock you out, you can plant the C4 on the wall, and then you can shoot at it so you don't have to wait for it to blow up. Also, you can throw the smoke and defuse the bomb like that, and you can defuse under the cover of the smoke. Unfortunately, I'm too garbage for that. Okay, so let's say that they successfully planted the bomb and exploded it. You're gonna have to post up. You're gonna have to build all these turns. So there's a turn right here in the trenches, and then there is another turn behind the trenches to your left, and then after you built this one, there is one more to the right of this one. And these turns are really important. They're really important for stopping the tank. This turn right here is especially important because it can stop people who are camping in the head glitch over here, which is pretty good. Now, I have the same tip for when you were going offensive. Crawling under the tank is a big help, so it can get sent back and it won't go further into your spawn, so you can escort it back instead of them escorting it forwards. And hopefully with all this effort, you can stop them from escorting the tank and ultimately winning the game. So yeah guys, I hope that guide was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me in the comment section whether you thought this guide was helpful in helping you win the war game mode. Now, this video was a pain in the ass to edit. Editing this was a nightmare. I'll do it again. I'll do well-informed videos like this again if you guys want me to, if you show enough love. Say in the comments if you want me to make more videos like this. But it's a lot of work to edit. I can't like post them every day. I say like every other week or something like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.